Hi, today we are meeting Nibin, who's successfully got his 482 subclass work permit visa. He's a baker, and it's very interesting to hear as his experience what process he has gone through and achieved this substantial goal because it's a bit of an intensive process, especially for Australia. He's gone through an entire process from skill assessment to English and also securing a successful sponsor and apply for the visa and got the visa. So Nibin's journey is a classic example for every baker or a pastry chef who's looking at Australia as a potential career pathway, that what preparations they need to do and what is very important that they need to get ready to start the process. Let's get into this conversation with Nibin. Hi Nibin, how are you?
Hi, sir. I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Thank you so much, Nibin. Congratulations, first of all, after such a wait that you got the visa successfully on your hand, which is a great achievement. And I think you must be happy that all the the hard work and efforts and anxiety you went through. I think you got the fruitful result in hand.
Thanks to God.
Oh, always, always, always. Um, Nibin, can you please give a brief introduction about yourself so that people who are viewing this conversations get some idea that what your backgrounds are and what you have done and what you're currently doing. So just give a bit of a brief introduction.
Hi, friends. I'm Nibin Vincent. I'm from Kerala. I have completed my Bachelor of Hotel Management from T. John College, Bangalore. Then I have 7 years of experience in baking and pastry department. I have worked in hotels in India and as well as I work for 7 years in the cruise line. Then I came back from cruise line. Then I working in my hometown as a baker.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Can you please tell me that when you started this process, or at least you can mention that when you look at Australia as your career destination?
Once I resigned from cruise line, I just want to work in the land-based job. So 2 years before I start the process. It's been a long time to get this visa.
Okay. Nibin, you mentioned that it took about 2 years. So can you please explain why it took 2 years of time? It's a bit longer than usual period. So can you please explain why it took 2 years?
Two main reason which I get my visa delay. The first one is getting my technical interview get delayed because of getting the appointment date very much delayed. It took around 6 to 8 months to get a appointment for the technical interview. It's a part of assessment. The
Right.
second one is for the submission of visa getting delayed. These are the two reasons my visa get delayed.
Nibin, you mentioned that one is part of the technical interview for skill assessment. It's got delayed. It's primarily, we all understand that getting a technical interview date is very challenging for the last 2 years because of the overloaded application to the sites like TRA. But why it took so much time? You mentioned there are a lot of time taken to file the application. So is it that the sponsor side took time to file your application? So why there was a waiting period for you?
Actually, my sponsor is going to open a business. Uh, that's the reason they are getting delayed to submit the file.
And after filing the application, how much time it took to get the results of the visa application?
Once we submit the visa application, it took only 2 months for nomination approved,
Mhm.
and after that 1 month, 23 days for accept the visa.
Nibin, thank you so much for this insight. So generally, the assessment body of Australia have only very few of their partners who's doing an assessment for pastry and bakery. Majority of all of them are doing for all the other areas of culinary like commercial cookery or Asian cookery. But it comes to baking and patisserie, only one or two assessment bodies you are able to approach. And that's one of the very reason that generally any assessment for baking and patisserie, it's a little longer time, definitely comparing the other streams that for this skill assessment. But glad that you got through in about 7, 8 months. So successfully got through. That's very, very important because many times, even when you wait for such a long time, then it's getting dragged. But in your case, I think the first instance you got the assessment date and then you were able to hit it nailed, then you got a successful outcome followed by your sponsor's application into the 482 subclass visa, which is good. Now, Nibin, can you please tell me why you chose Australia? Because you worked in the cruise line, so obviously you've seen the world. And why Australia? Why you chose Australia?
There are many reasons because I want to work in the land base so I can accommodate my family along with me. That's the main reason.
Mhm.
The secondly, the financial growth, better financial growth, and the third one would be to learn much more, new varieties of sourdough, new to learn something new.
And in the entire process, Nibin, which process you found it was challenging for you?
There is no difficult task during this process. Only the one thing get delayed because of delayed for technical interview and for the submission of visa get delayed. There's the two things I get difficult.
Nibin, can you please explain about your employer, which you are going to Australia and join with them? So can you don't need to mention the name, but you can just mention the kind of business, the background they are. So, okay, that give you a bit of a understanding for our viewers.
It's a kind of French restaurant. They have two French restaurant in Sydney, and they are going to open a bakery.
Mhm. So it's going to be a French bakery.
Yeah.
Can you please tell me what is the kind of salary package you got signed with that company, if you don't mind?
I think per annually $70,000
Mhm.
Australian dollar.
Right. Okay. And so are they providing you any additional benefits like accommodation or anything?
There is no accommodation, nothing, just annual salary plus
And
super annual.
do you have any friends and relatives or living in Australia?
I have few friends over there, and my sister and brother are working in Queensland.
Since you have your very close relatives like brothers and sisters living in Australia, uh, but still you need professional assistance and advice to go through the process. Why is that?
Firstly, they are the one who initiate me to try in Australia. They are the one who support me.
Mhm.
And why I choose consultancy because I want to be perfect. I don't want to make any mistake because I am sourcing much money in that. So that's why I don't want to make any mistake. That's why I choose Consultancy. They have much experience. I have seen so many testimonials. I have contacted so many candidates. They are giving a good positive review about Consultancy. That's the reason I choose Basu.
What is the understanding you have? Have you done any research about the Australian baking and pastry industry before you start applying?
My cousins they said there are so many opportunities for bakers and pastry.
Mhm.
So that's the reason I took a chance and just search so many things in Google. So still they are demanding lots of baker and pastry man. So that's the reason I choose Australia.
Okay, Nibin, you said one of the main reason you want to get into a land is that you want to take your family along with you. So
Yeah.
now, is your employer agreed to sponsor your family along with your visa?
Right now they are saying once you be there, then or once you have to find a accommodation for yourself and your family. So once you finish, once you set your job and once you find all this thing, then you can bring your family.
So what's your short-term and long-term plans?
There is no plan right now. I want to be there as soon as possible. I want to work and learn new things. That's all.
Congratulations, Nibin, and I wish you very good luck. And I'm sure that you must be excited to join the Australian pastry industry. Not just find a good career, but also I think you need to learn new things and then enrich your technical and skill levels, which is a great place, Australia as always. And I look forward to see you in Sydney very shortly. And in the meantime, congratulations once again and wish you very good luck. And thank you so much for put a trust on us and then gave the opportunity to take care of the entire process. And I'm glad that it all went as per plan and finally you got your visa.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all once again.
Thank you, Nibin.